Urgent America's Team fan, look at what just happened. Nobody saw this coming, huh? But first, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because we bring you daily videos with the latest your team news. And don't forget to turn on notifications, so you don't miss anything. Stephen Jones just admitted he doesn't care to fix the Cowboys' biggest problem, method to the madness. The Dallas Cowboys have some issues that must be fixed before they get back to the level of their NFC East brethren, the Philadelphia Eagles and Washington Commanders. Dallas slipped to third in the division last season because of injuries, but more so because of one infallible sin: Dallas doesn't aggressively chase needs in free agency. Nor does the team try to lock up stars already under contract. At least, not in a proactive manner. The odd part is that owner-foe general manager Jerry Jones cares about money a great deal. Heck, the Cowboys Stadium is a mecca for football fans, and it is great. But let's be honest and say that part of the reason it was built was because it makes a lot of money for the team. The Dallas Cowboys need to be a lot more aggressive about extending Micah Parsons. In other words, Jones likes his money, but he does not seem to know how to spend it wisely to improve the team. He chases names instead of positions. Keeping Dak. Prescott, great, but how about getting some proven talent at cornerback as well? Or maybe not waiting so long to keep other current key players? Stephen Jones, your favorite co-owner and director of player personnel, ever might have just given away the farm to explain why the Cowboys do business the way they do, though especially in terms of edge rusher Micah Parsons. According to ESPN's Todd Archer, Jones said, "A lot of it is just the negotiation itself. Some of them take longer than others, and we put about zero credibility or credence into people saying you wait too long. Of course, that's silly. Wait long enough, and the star player could leave. This is especially true if the player, such as Parsons, does not think he has been treated well. He could go to another team simply to spite the Cowboys. While the team overpays for Prescott based on his injury history, Parsons awaits being potentially extended by the team. The elite edge rusher is signed through 2025, but the team could franchise tag him in 2026. This is great for the short term, but players like to know they have long-term financial stability. Is Parsons going to be expensive? Of course, but he is also worth it. As opposed to Prescott, the team and Cowboys fans know what Parsons is going to bring, and that is potentially all-time level production. The Cowboys should be chasing him aggressively for an extension. Stephen and Jerry Jones should know this, but they are going to make their money anyway. If Micah Parsons doesn't get paid soon, he might choose to make his money elsewhere. And make no mistake, he will get paid. He will also make any team he plays on better, but due to the business practices of the Joneses, that team by 2027 might not be the Dallas Cowboys. Pausing this news just to say that if you want YouTube to keep recommending the latest America's team news to you, it's very important that you leave a like on this video. Thanks. Now let's get back to the news. Bills may gift Cowboys a chance to land the star RB they desperately need. This would be a massive upgrade for Dallas. If there is one team that has been taking care of their own guys this offseason, it's the Buffalo Bills. Before free agency kicked off, the Bills managed to extend multiple players to minimum 4-year deals. Wide receiver Khalil Shakir, linebacker Terrell Bernard, edge rusher Greg Rousseau, quarterback Josh Allen, and cornerback Christian Benford have all received extensions that will keep them in Buffalo for the next 5 seasons minimum. Their 2022 draft class is one of their strongest, with 3 players from that draft getting extensions. However, there is one more notable player that has yet to get his extension, and maybe Buffalo won't extend him after all. Running back James Cook, who Cowboys fans should know very well, seeing as what he did to Dallas back in the 2023 season, is still seeking a contract extension from the Bills. The biggest difference between Cook and his classmates is that Cook has been more vocal about what he wants per year. Cook is looking to get paid $15 million per year, which would put him just behind Christian McCaffrey and Saquon Barkley amongst the running back market. Maybe the Bills aren't willing to pay that, and if that's the case, the Cowboys should immediately be on the phone to see what it would take to bring Cook down to Dallas. Cowboys may have a great chance to land star running back. For the last 2 seasons, Cook has established himself as one of the best running backs in the league, when you factor in his ability to bounce out of the gaps and turn upfield to pick up more yardage, as well as his ability to catch out of the backfield. has rushed for back-to-back 1,000 yards, and he was tied for the most rushing touchdowns last year, 16, seeing as how the Cowboys only brought in Javonte Williams and Miles Sanders. Making a move for Cook would be the best possible idea if the Cowboys are thinking about not drafting a running back in the first round, like Omarion Hampton out of North Carolina. The biggest thing to remember is that Cook is looking to get paid, and who knows what the price would be to give Buffalo in exchange. For Cook, if the Cowboys weren't willing to pay Henry, maybe they won't be up to not only trading for Cook, but also paying him. However, maybe Dallas will wake up and see that players like Cook aren't always available all the time. Now, who knows if the Bills are even willing to trade Cook because he still has 1 year left on his rookie deal. Then again, with all of the extensions that the Bills have given out to everyone else, who knows if they can even afford having Cook beyond 2025. 2025 NFL mock draft Shedeur Sanders slips. Dallas Cowboys make splash as the 2025 NFL draft draws closer. Stock continues to fall for former Colorado quarterback Shedeur Sanders. In CBS Sports' latest first-round mock, Sanders is outside of the first 25 picks for the first time in any major projection. Some of that has to do with free agency, but the family also changed its approach ahead of the draft, with Deion Sanders now saying there's no team preference for his son. Alabama quarterback Jalen Milroe drew reported interest from the Pittsburgh Steelers, who hold the number 21 overall pick and are in need of assistance at the position after Justin Fields signed with the New York Jets earlier this month. The Las Vegas Raiders could also go after Milroe, despite building their franchise around Geno Smith at quarterback, and the Giants, after signing Russell Wilson, are no longer in quarterback necessity mode. The 2025 NFL Draft begins April 24th from Lambeau Field in Green Bay and is expected to see the fewest quarterbacks taken since the 2022 cycle in the opening round. Milroe and Jackson Dart are considered to be the most liked behind Cam Ward and Sanders. Here is the latest 2025 NFL Draft first-round projection from CBS Sports 1. Cam Ward, QB, Miami Tennessee Titans. Given Cam Ward's recent private workout with the Titans, he appears bound for Nashville. That said, the franchise is willing to part ways with the selection, and several teams have interest in the rights to take Ward. Ward might have been a first-round pick in the 2024 NFL Draft had he come out following his final season at Washington State. Ward was the ACC's Player of the Year and nearly took the Hurricanes to the playoff. Tennessee needs a long-term option under center, too. 2. Abdul Carter, edge, Penn State, Cleveland Browns. There is talk of Abdul Carter going number 1 overall if Tennessee keeps its selection and fails to find a trade partner. With a stress reaction in his foot issue, Carter could slide, but that's not what CBS Sports projects in this latest mock. He is similar in talent to Micah Parsons and projects to go number 1 in other mocks as well. Carter is a player numerous teams covet despite his injury, so it would not be surprising if there are others moving into the top 5 to get him if he's available after the first few picks. 3. Travis Hunter, ATH, Colorado New York Giants. If the Giants go best player available here, Travis Hunter is not going to fall to New England at number 4 overall. The Giants need a player of Hunter's talent level just as much. Hunter only handled interviews in Indianapolis and did not participate in on-field workouts at Colorado's Pro Day. That's a clear sign that he's comfortable with what he's shown on film and he's going inside the top 5. 4. Armand Membou, OT, Missouri New England Patriots, from the back of the first round in January to inside the top 15 a few weeks ago. Now former Missouri star Armand Membou has moved to the top 5 in this latest mock, with the Tigers in the SEC. Membou's tape was some of the best in the league, which is part of the reason why he projects to go high. In this spot, Membou grades as the best option ahead of Will Campbell from LSU and Texas offensive tackle Kelvin Banks Jr. 5. Mason Graham, DL, Michigan Jacksonville Jaguars expect the Carolina Panthers to go defense with their number 8 overall selection. But this is the first time Michigan's Mason Graham has been penned in this slot. There is some risk here, however. Georgia edge Jalon Walker is another player who has been picked to go in this spot. Graham and fellow ex-Wolverines defensive lineman Kenneth Grant are interior defensive line mavens expected to go on day 1. It's going to be difficult for Sharoni Moore and Michigan in 2025 to replace 2 absolute stalwarts in the middle. 6. Ashton Jeanty, RB, Boise State Las Vegas Raiders. Ashton Jeanty is a first-round lock, but will he go inside the top 10? The Raiders are the new betting favorite to land him. which would put a wrench in the Cowboys' first-round plan per reports. You would be hard-pressed to find a weakness in the former Boise State running back's game. Has agile, quick, powerful, and has impressive endurance as a workhorse caliber player. With veteran Geno Smith at quarterback, Las Vegas could let a rookie do the heavy lifting in the run game. 7. Tyler Warren, TE, Penn State, New York Jets. As a fifth-year senior, the 6'6", 260-pound tight end set a Penn State record with 104 receptions for 1,244 yards and 8 touchdowns. Profiled by Lions 247, aside from producing one of the finest pass-catching seasons ever for a tight end, Tyler Warren added 218 yards and 4 scores as a runner. He finished 7th in Heisman Trophy voting and is widely considered the top prospect. At the position this cycle, drawing comparisons to Raiders rookie Brock Bowers. 8. Michael Williams, edge, Georgia Carolina Panthers. In 3 years at Georgia, Michael Williams recorded 67 tackles, 21, 5 tackles for loss, 14 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, and a fumble recovery. He was named a first-team freshman All-American by The Athletic in 2022. The 6'5", 265-pound defender battled injuries during his career and was never the dominant, every-down force he showed during flashes in his career. But his athletic ability stands out on tape, nonetheless. Jalen Walker is another ex-Bulldog who's been projected in this spot to Carolina. 9. Will Campbell, OT, LSU New Orleans Saints with Armand Membu from Missouri off the board. New Orleans would have the option of Will Campbell or Kelvin Banks Jr. from Texas here at number 9 overall. Campbell was formidable in the SEC with the Tigers and was often matched with the opposing defense's top edge rusher. And it's always a neat story when a college star can stay close to his home, in this case, Louisiana with the Saints. 10. Kelvin Banks Jr., OT, Texas Chicago Bears. Kelvin Banks Jr.'s draft stock has been all over the place over the last few months, as his final season at Texas was not quite as dominant as expected. LSU's Will Campbell appeared to lock up OT1 billing several weeks ago, but has also slipped to the second tackle, taken according to this latest mock. The Bears have a variety of needs up front to aid Caleb Williams, but haven't shown their hand yet. If Chicago doesn't go offensive lineman here, edge rusher is the pick. 11. Shamar Stewart, edge, Texas A&M San Francisco. 49ers. 12. Matthew Golden, WR, Texas Dallas Cowboys. 13. Will Johnson, CB, Michigan Miami Dolphins. 14. Colston Loveland, TE, Michigan Indianapolis. Colts Johnson missed the final 6 games of last season. At Michigan with a reported toe injury, still Johnson leaves the Wolverines as one of its more decorated players to only play 3 seasons at the school. He played in 32 games, including 22 starts, recording 68 tackles, 10 pass breakups, 4 tackles for loss, and 9 interceptions. He set a school record with 3 interceptions returned for touchdowns. 15. Mike Green, edge, Marshall Atlanta Falcons. 16. Jalen Walker, LB, Georgia Arizona Cardinals. 17. Derek Harmon, DL, Oregon Cincinnati Bengals. 18. Tetaroa McMillan, WR. Arizona Seattle Seahawks. 19. Jihad Campbell, LB, Alabama Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 20. Omarion Hampton, RB, North Carolina Denver Broncos. If McMillan falls to the middle of the first round to the Seahawks after previously being hyped as a top 10 selection, Seattle would have its DK Metcalf replacement. McMillan said this month he's not a big film watcher. Following his impressive run at Arizona's Pro Day, and that may have scared some teams off. 21. Luther Burden III, WR, Missouri Pittsburgh. Steelers. 22. Jahdae Barron, S, Texas Los Angeles Chargers. 23. Donovan Aziruaku, edge, Boston College Green Bay Packers. 24. Nick Emenwari, S, South Carolina. Buffalo Bills mock trade with Minnesota. Vikings. 25. Josh Simmons, OT, Ohio State Houston. Texans Barron is a player whose intelligence, film, and production numbers with the Longhorns were projected to overshadow his testing numbers at the Combine before he showed off blazing speed. At least that's what most NFL evaluators believe. He was terrific down the stretch at Texas, dominating his side of the field in the secondary. The primary question is where he plays at the next level. Simmons projects to be the Buckeyes' second first-round selection of the 2025 draft. That's unless one of the defensive linemen squeak into day 1. Simmons dominated at Ohio State during his tenure as one of the Big Ten's most productive offensive tackles. Kansas City investing in more blocking help for Patrick Mahomes seems like a smart decision financially without having to go on the free agent market. 26. Shadir Sanders, QB, Colorado, Los Angeles Rams 27. Malaki Starks, S, Georgia, Baltimore Ravens 28. Tyler Booker, IOL, Alabama. Detroit Lions. All the negativity surrounding Sanders' interviews at the Combine initially seemed to affect his draft stock, but now it's a result of several teams already signing quarterbacks who previously needed them. Asked recently where he would like to play, Sanders took a different tune and said he would be willing to help any franchise that gives him the opportunity to shine, and Deion Sanders isn't planning to block a particular destination either. 29. James Pierce Jr., Edge, Tennessee Washington Commanders 30. Greg Zabel, IOL, North Dakota State Minnesota Vikings mock trade with Buffalo Bills 31. Kenneth Grant, DL, Michigan Kansas City Chiefs 32. Emeka Egbuka, WR, Ohio State Philadelphia. Eagles Egbuka continues to slide as projections draw closer to the draft. As the Buckeyes' number 2 option last season behind prized freshman Jeremiah Smith, Egbuka was still an effective and precise playmaker. He would be an ideal add to the defending Super Bowl champions offense to pair with A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith. And now, America's team fan, I want to hear from you. What's your opinion on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I don't know if you know this, but your opinion matters a lot for your team. I'll be back any moment with more America's team news.
How about them Cowboys?